Hello guys, welcome to first ever study vlog in my channel. So if you guys want to learn more about dynamic programming and other concepts which involve greedy algorithm, I regularly post my study vlogs in that way so that you guys get motivated. If you guys want a detailed explanation of how the solution, how I'm adding those code lines, please comment down below. So for the today's session we are solving backtracking algorithm question, so which is about the target sum. So the this backtracking algorithm is a part of the dynamic programming, so where it follows the greedy algorithm. So greedy algorithm, as we know, like we will have two paths every iteration, yes or no. If you consider yes, then get into the path, and again you will get two paths, yes or no. So in that way you have to go through the code, and when you reach the end of the code, if at all you are in the correct way, then like if you reach the destination, then you will be returning, or else you will be like giving zero, returning zero. So the same goes here. Like the question they have given is, like they have given five ones, some elements in an array. So what they in the example case, they have given five ones, and they said we have to get the target values 3. So in order to get the target value 3, we can do first element -1 and third element -1. After, like, then we'll get like answer to be 1. And if that was the case, if at all, so that means we are getting answer 1. That is not feasible. But if at all we only subtract one element, like only fourth element is subtracting, and other elements are adding, that means other elements are +1, only fourth element is -1, and similarly third element, similarly second element. So they asked we can only change the sign of those elements, like in that way. So for that question, we have to use the greedy algorithm. So we have to traverse through every iteration, and we have to give it a plus sign or a minus sign. That means we have to add it to a sum, like sum plus of array of I, and increment the I, or sum minus array of I and increment the I. Ultimately I should be incremented, and when I reaches to the length of that array, that means we are at the end of that recursion. So when we are at the end of the recursion, we should return with, if at all we have the, like the sum we got, which is if it is equal to target, then we have to return. But for some reason I'm getting 0 as return value always. So even I am a beginner, right? So beginner mistakes happens, so please don't take it negatively. So when we get this error, we have to first print all the iterations. So printing the iterations will make us understand at which iteration it is going wrong. And for this case, when I checked it, I have seen that every iteration it is giving 0. That means it's not at all incrementing. Then I came to understand, okay, I am actually declaring the count inside the function. See, declaring count inside the function is nothing but you are giving count 0 at every iteration. So what it will return? It will return 0 only. I was very silly in that case. So never declare a variable inside recursion unless you know it is declared, because all the recursion functions should have declaring those parameters in the functional parameters declaration only. There only it will be not recurring, or else you are declaring it every iteration, then what is the use? Like you will get 0 only. Then after changing this error, even then I am getting another error. See, I am a beginner, right? So that second error was my eye is not at all reaching the end of the code. So why it is not reaching the end of the code? Like I was shocked, because I'm like boundary conditions, I am always very careful in that way. But in this case I've overseen the boundary conditions. See, recursion is always feasible if at all you consider the boundary conditions properly. So here what was the mistake is, I stopped the recursion when I is equals to the length of the array minus 1, but it should be array of length only. So it is not recurring to the end of the end of, because I stopped in the middle in itself. So I was very shameful first, but later and I was consoling myself, and I got out of this depression. So we should not do these mistakes in exam, never. We should never do these mistakes. How can we avoid these mistakes? We have to practice a lot. See, the adding these errors might, yeah, hooray, sometimes we might get successful. Here my code got successful, right? Anyway, we have to look at the optimal solutions which our peers have uploaded. This will make us more efficient and complex wise. Thank you.